Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 3v3 Warhammer battle here. I am bringing the Wood Elves, we have Dwarves and Empire as allies. We are facing off against the Greenskins, another Empire, and then Warriors of Chaos. And for my army back here, I put a Wild Rider in the one spot where someone could Vanguard deploy some forces, at least on this side of the map, and the enemy put up a Goblin Wolf Rider Archer and a Goblin Wolf Rider. I wanted to point this out first because they're not going to be there for too much longer. Then the rest of my force here, we have two Wardancers with Azrai Spears, two Eternal Guard, one on each flank. The main line is going to be made up of all basic Wardancers, being led by Orion. We have a Spell Singer of Shadows and three Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. For the Dwarf player here, we have a couple Slayers, we have two Handgunners, or two Thunderers, sorry, a front line of Dwarf Warriors. We also have Norgrimling's Ironbreakers over here being led by a Generic Lord, Cannon, the Goblobber, and then, what's back here, another group of Ironbreakers? Do they have another one mixed in here? Or just two? I guess just two. And they have a Vanguard deployed Rangers group over there. For the Empire player, we have a bunch of kind of cheapy infantry, spearmen, swordsmen, two handgunners, witch hunter, Karl Franz, I believe, yeah, on a flying mount, and then a light wizard. Over here in the forest, we have three demigryph knights. I believe they all have halberds. Oh no, one is normal, and then the other two have halberds, and that's going to be their force. For the chaos, we have some chaos puppies, chaos knights, chaos chariots back here, two of them, chaos warriors, Kolek, chaos marauders, and then a hell cannon. I think that's it for them. For the enemy Empire player, two Hellblaster volley guns, Hellstorm rocket battery, Great Cannon, Balthazar Gelt, Witch Hunter. So two Witch Hunters on the field, which is a rarity. Then the rest of their infantry is going to be made up of these halberds, cheap swords, spears, outrider, and an Empire Knight. And then the Greenskin has three giants back here, Grimgore, Goblin Big Boss, and this is a mixed line of Orc Boys, Night Goblins, Normal Goblins, and then at the end, Savage Orc Biggins, and a Black Orc. And then, of course, those two Vanguard deployed units, which my Wild Riders made very, very short work on. Also, this is being played on a medium units again, so everything's going to die quicker than normal. Quicker than normal. So over here, there's going to be a massive artillery battle. I am just going to be moving Orion up to the edge of the forest to start kind of harassing with his magic spells and his range attack. And I was really focused on the trees, like I was looking like this up here, looking at the enemy, and I wasn't paying attention to my minimap. My allies are actually going to be marching forward because my Empire ally here is getting blasted by this Hell Cannon. It is destroying their infantry here. Look at that, one blast almost gone for the handgunners back there. These guys took a single blast, because again, like, damage values aren't adjusted, only health is, because you have fewer models in the unit. So everything is that, you know, that much more powerful because they don't have as many hit points to shoot through and many models. So this Hellstorm, Hell Cannon, too many hell words in this damn game, just destroying this Empire. Look at that shit. Although, to be fair, a Hell Cannon could probably do about that much damage to even a normal unit size. Over here, getting Orion in position, we're going to try and weaken down these Outriders with his raining spell, and then we're going to get some doggies into these halberds. Unfortunately, the dogs like kind of go this way, and I'm just kind of throwing javelins because I really want to shut down these mobile Outriders. And that's when I noticed, I was like, oh shit. Oh, everyone's charging, because I knew that they brought artillery, and I just assume everybody's just going to stay put. And I was like, oh god, okay, so we gotta go. But that's okay, because this elf army is very mobile, made up mostly of Wardancers, so we're gonna move up. At this point, I still can't see the front line of the orcs. All I can see is the giants. I'm assuming they're in here, because I can't see them anywhere else in the map, but all I can see right now are the giants, even though Orion's pushed up this far. And we're still just kind of peppering the Outriders with Orion's Javelin at this point. Meanwhile, over here, the Chaos Warriors and Chaos Marauders and Kolak are going to be charging into a very weakened line. The Demigryph Knights now come out of the forest. Are going to be engaging against the Puppies, these Chaos Knights, and both of these Chariots that for some reason the Chaos player sends to fight the Demigryph Knights, which I'm not entirely sure why. Ooh, Hell Cannon Blast. Light Wizard moving up. Meanwhile, the Dwarven Artillery has been shutting down the Empire Artillery. They've taken out the Hellblaster volley gun, and they're taking out the second one. And now I believe the handgunners are up there trying to target the enemy artillery as well. I think the cannons are gone? Where's the cannon crew? There was a cannon crew. Maybe they're gone. Meanwhile, over here, again, the Empire is kind of getting destroyed initially here by the forces of Chaos, and Kolek is just wreaking havoc. Dwarves are in a good engagement against the enemy Empire player. My Wardancers are charging in against Black Orcs, Savage Orcs, and a whole bunch of Orc Boys. And they are kind of losing. They're a little bit outnumbered. But we have a Pit of Shadows going here on these Black Orcs and the Savage Orc Biggins. I got my Glade Guard, 3 of them with Starfire Shafts pouring into these Black Orcs. We still have reserves here. We have Eternal Guard in their back line. And we still have Wild Riders that are going to be going around and doing a flanking job. Meanwhile, Orion's going to be casting some more spells over here and holding them at in place over here. Doing a lot of good damage with the magical attacks, especially since they have lower model counts. And our Glade Guard have kind of wrecked this Black Orc and the Savage Orc Biggins. Now I'm getting my Wild Riders over here against Grimgore and this pack of units. We're going to be able to break them here. Getting our Eternal Guard and Wardancers over here as well. So I've taken a lot of damage with my sword Wardancers, but I still have a lot of units in reserve. You can see these Orc boys are going to march up against the Spell Singers, so we're going to try and intercept them with these Wardancers with spears. And we have just kind of totally crumbled the middle of them because Orion is a fear and terror unit who's now getting destroyed by Grimgore and this Goblin Big Boss because, again, we have lower hit points and everything in this game is fucking paper. And Grimgore is one of the hardest hitting units in the game, so he really tears through units. But at this point, I think I was microing my units and giving them different attack orders to make sure that these units do not come back from routing, including, I think, I was playing my Wild Riders. And then after I give all these orders, I look back and I'm like, oh, and so I'm going to start moving Orion because he is one hit from death. You should be moving here soon. Meanwhile, over here, the Empire has gone into mostly a full rout except for the Demigryph Knights, who have also taken a significant amount of damage. But they are coming back, and they're going to try and shut down that Hell Cannon, and they're going to get into these Chaos Warriors and Marauders. Meanwhile, over here, one Longbeard or the Ironbreaker. This may be the Ironbreaker. Yeah, the Ironbreaker, I think, was holding off all these Chaos Warriors and Marauders. Now we got some Slayers coming in here, but Kolick is going to say F that, and they're going to go for the Dwarven Artillery, which has been shutting down the Empire Artillery. Meanwhile, over here, I'm just going to kind of hold Grimgore and this Goblin Big Boss with my little melee units there as we continue routing off these Black Orcs and Orc Biggins and Orc Boys. You can see that now the Giants are finally getting into combat. They weren't in the initial combat, which thank goodness, you know, that they weren't. But now they are getting in there. They're going to be fighting my Wardancers over here as we're trying to destroy the Goblin Big Boss. We have routed these Orc Boys over here. I gave an attack order, what I thought was an attack order on these Giants, but I guess I gave a move order, so these guys are going to be moving over here for some reason. Massive pack of Chaos Marauders and Warriors pressing into the Dwarven backline towards these Handgunners as the Slayers disengage from them to try and kill Kolick, who is messing up with their artillery. The Empire Infantry is now coming back from routing, and they're going to be fighting against this pocket of Chaos Warriors. They still have Karl Franz, they still have the Demigryph Knights, which has now destroyed the two Chaos Chariots, the Chaos Knights, Chaos Puppies, and the Hell Cannon, which is really good. The Empire Artillery has been shut down by the Dwarves, and the Dwarven front line is still doing really good against those Halberds and Swordsmen. I am now going to be focusing my Glade Guard on the Giants one at a time. Keeping my Spell Singer nearby, and I'm going to keep Orion far away from Grimgore and these Giants. We have routed off some of the Black Orcs over here. We were routing off more units off the field over there. Now we're dealing with some more Orc Boys here. Wild Rider's going to come back, and I think I'm going to do charges against the Giants, or maybe I'm going to first finish off these Orc Boys. Get these units back into formation soon. And I'm going to be pulling Orion over here, and I'm going to be using his spells on this lovely group of Chaos Warriors and Marauders. They're just tightly packed, which is perfect for Orion spells. Meanwhile, over here, the Empire player is kind of getting a second wind, has netted these warriors in place, and is now going to be tearing them to pieces. With the Demigryph Knights, Karl Franz, and what remains of their infantry. And again, they destroyed the Chaos Chariots and most of the Chaos Knights, and there goes Kolick being chased off by those Slayers. Dwarves kind of just wreaking havoc among the front line of the Empire. They have Balthazar Geld, who's not really much of a warrior, so they can't really get in there. Here we go, these spells from Orion just doing massive damage, because again, lower model counts, lower hit points, more damage. Well, it appears to be more damage. It's the same damage, but just wrecking them, and now they are going to rout, being chased by the Slayers. Meanwhile, over here, we are still dealing a lot of good damage to the Giants. We have almost killed one. There we go. We've killed one, working on the second one with the Wild Riders and the Wardancers. Giants going to try and get in here, but I'm going to be like, nope. We're going to be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. And they're like, okay. So they're going to bloop, bloop, bloop. Going to run interference with what remains of our Wardancers over here. There's not many, but they can keep a Giant in place, so we're going to pull back and try and fire again. This Giant's almost dead due to charges from the Wild Rider. I think I'm going to charge him again, actually. My spellcaster is going to just make sure that these people stay in a... Well, never mind. She was. I guess I moved her away. But Orion is going to make sure that these Chaos Warriors continue to rout and not come back. Wild Riders came over here, charged this Giant, and they're going to be able to deal with that pretty easily. And Glade Guard are now back on killing Giant duty. It does suck that a lot of our arrows are going to be blocked by trees, but I mean, this is what we got to do. So these Wardancers are going to reroute because they're been terrified by the Giants, because they are almost to the end of their life here. But they did buy time for the Glade Guards to run away. And now we're starting to get mass shattering across the battlefield. as we run over what remains of, I think those are humans, or maybe those are Chaos Forces. And that is going to be a good game for our side. Such a fast-paced game when you play on those medium unit counts. Jeez. Spells just destroy. Like, a fireball can kill, like, any kind of squishy hero, I think, in one cast, if you cast it right. It's just, magic is not, doesn't really seem balanced for medium unit counts, which is unfortunate. Anyway, in terms of kills, almost 100 on Orion. The front line of Wardancers kind of got wrecked. This one did okay. The Wardancers with Spears did much better. These guys focused down Black Orcs and Giants, and the Wild Riders were all over the place doing work. For the Dwarf player, they pretty much 1v1 the Empire player, except for what little help I gave them in the beginning. And then they had to withstand the Chaos player, so their forces held really well. Norgami's Ironbreakers did great. The other Ironbreaker unit eventually did die amongst the weight of all those forces on the right flank, but still it held for a while. And overall, really good. And then the Empire player, unfortunately, they kind of got destroyed in the beginning, but they did come back, turn it around, and managed to finish off half of the Chaos Force, especially with the Demigryph Knights. They did a lot of work as well. For the Greenskin player, Grimgor got a ton of kills, got Big Boss, did pretty good. The Orc frontline, I was kind of just even trading with me and my Wardancers, which honestly is kind of surprising. I thought the Wardancers would do better, but, you know, Savage Orc Biggins, they're really good. The Orc boys, I guess, my Wardancers fared better than they did, I think. But yeah, luckily for me, the Giants didn't even get put into combat until after the Orc frontline was already en route, which I'm not entirely sure. I guess they just forgot to put the Giants in there. And Orion almost got killed by Grimgor, which was about to be upsetting. For the Chaos player, they did really well against the Empire player. They did a nice flank on the Dwarf, but it was not enough. The Kolek went down under the weight of those Slayers, because again, with this unit count, his hit points, he might as well just be cardboard Kolek. And then, but the Hell Cannon, man, the Hell Cannon just wreaked havoc. Holy shit. That was brutal. Empire player, the artillery here got shut down by the Dwarven artillery, and then I think the Thunderers, when they got in range, were shooting at the artillery as well. And then their front line didn't really have much of a chance against that Dwarven front line. The Empire Knights went charging into the forest. I'm not sure if you saw that or not, but they charged after Orion, so I just pinned them down with my Wardancers and an Eternal Guard group, and we destroyed them. And then, of course, we destroyed their Outriders with spells, and Orion's just javelin throws. They were almost dead by the time I think they realized that they were even being hit by Orion there out of the forest. So unfortunate for those Outriders, but I knew I needed to shut them down because mobile guns against, especially my Dwarven ally, could be bad. So yeah, good game to 9 Child Protection Services, Saruman, Robosan, and Dacre. Hope you enjoyed, and let's watch the cinematic view. So yeah, I put these Wild Riders back here just in case someone wanted a Vanguard deploy, and I was like, oh, what would you look at these Gavos back here in the corner? And man, did they have a bad day. They had a very, very bad day. 2 units routed at the very beginning of the game. But I guess at the same time, my Empire ally was just getting destroyed.
There's so many of them! Orders understood.
Yeah, they were even manually aiming these shots. Bet this Empire player wished they brought a cannon to shut down that Hell Cannon. It's risky taking a Hell Cannon against a Empire and a Dwarf player, because cannons generally can destroy them before the Hell Cannon can destroy their crew.
Weapons out, lads! Time for fighting!
Jesus. Yeah, over here you can see the cannons and the Goblobber doing work on the enemy artillery. Man, the Empire player even had to take Hellblast volley gun fire on the way in. I didn't even notice that. Jeez, that was some friendly fire. Jeez, what are you doing? They routed their own Hellblast volley gun. Holy shit. Good God. Run! Run, Skull Singer!
Hurry! With speed!
Cast back the darkness!
Aim!
No! Quickly stop!
For the Osprey!
Pull back! I'm blasting us!
Quickly! We are tireless!
Eye away!
Outright attack! Faster! At once! Forever loyal! Glory to the eternal realm! Is that all you got? We are blessed by things.
Are you now?
Our clans will shun us.
Kolak gets some good damage in here, but yeah, he gets killed by those Slayers pretty quickly.
Chasing the wind!
Fall back!
The wind!
Withdraw!
There goes Kolak.
Taste the power of the
Oh damn. Dwarf Lord. Doing some fire damage. Oh! Little friendly fire there. Little friendly fire. Jesus. God, those hounds just murdered those slayers. I'm sorry. I can't control them when they're unleashed.
Fools will! Understood. At once! As you command. Go!
Good old Balthazar Gelt.
Orders!
Ooh, that probably hurt. God, just got impaled by that spear. Or lance. Not much really happened over there.
Fire! At pace!
Alright, I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the 3v3. And I will see you all next time. Take care.